Mr. Amajit Chopra, Mr. Reddy, Mr. Sanjay Gupta, ladies and gentlemen, wish you a very good afternoon. I think we are already on borrowed time, so I'll keep it very short. There are about 6 slides, and I think I'll skip all of them, except that I'll choose 3 topics, and we'll discuss that a bit. Okay, so essentially it's about good governance, and that's what this presentation is about. That's the context, whether we're talking about accrual accounting or anything else. I have therefore taken the ART definition of the Prime Minister, the accountability, responsiveness, and transparency, and designed the presentation accordingly. I would only like to add before I start on that presentation that I came in a bit early and I was lucky to meet some of the young probationers and a young officer associated with this project, extremely bright and passionate. So one thing is for sure, with or without accrual accounting, our future is in safe hands. The recent pilot by Indian Railways has actually generated a lot of interest outside the railways too. And I remember a presentation which was made, which I could not attend, but the invitation had gone out from the CGA Secretariat to a whole lot of people, asking everyone to come and attend that presentation. So government is committed to it. How long it takes, that's the question that we have to answer. As far as good governance is concerned, I take this as read, and I'll come back to number 2 and number 3 a little later. That's about fiscal reporting. As far as responsiveness goes, we'll talk about the non-tax receipt portal, and I'll include the PFMS, what we are doing, what has been happening in the last few years, and how it can help us transition to accrual accounting. And when it comes to transparency, what we don't have here, but if we talk about the disclosure of status, what we can talk about is a chart of accounts. If we look at the next steps, the first 2, which is the chart of accounts and PFMS, that's where a lot of work is happening in the civil ministries. And there is a commitment to go for accrual accounting. And I'll just try and explain in a few minutes how it's all going to come together. The last time we reviewed the chart of accounts was in 1987. And since then, we realized that a lot has changed. A lot of amendments have taken place. There's no standard coding. And one of the exercises which was undertaken recently was a review of the chart of accounts. You might have heard of the Sundarmurthy Committee report. It's not yet been accepted, but it was being reviewed by the CNAG. They have sent us their observations. And what we're trying to do there is to synchronize the chart of accounts or align it with both the GFSM 2014 as well as the IPSAS. The idea being that as and when we move to the accrual accounting, we should be compliant with standards and we should have it a relatively smooth transition. The second is the PFMS, which is the Public Financial Management System. It was started in 2007-8 with a very limited mandate. Since 2014, it received a lot of impetus because government asked the CGA to cover both plan and non-plan, as well as move out to various states. Once we did that, many states have now evinced interest, and they want to come on board for their own schemes. Couple of things. What is it that PFMS does? It's now become a transaction system too. It was not initially meant as that. It was just meant to track the flow of funds. We have about 20 lakh agencies which are registered, and about more than 1 million transactions every day. So one of the challenges going forward is to discover the universe first. How many agencies are there which receive money from Government of India? And if the state governments want to onboard, then there'll be other agencies to be brought on board. So that's one. The second is that in 2016, earlier this year, the Prime Minister's office, they decided that all DBT payments will be done through PFMS, and they brought in this concept of just-in-time release. Since cash is the major resource that we handle right now, this is an effort towards improving our cash management practices, where you don't release till it's needed. And we've done that pilot earlier, long back, in Narega in Bihar, and now wherever we have any FMS operating in Narega, that's become possible. The other thing which the PMO wanted was tracking of transfer to the end beneficiaries, and that's possible now using the system. Going forward, we would like, and we are working towards that, we are working towards evolving PFMS into a robust IFMIS. The various advantages of accrual accounting, if implemented properly, over cash have been enumerated, so I will not go into that. What is important is a good chart of accounts and a robust IT system would serve as well when we make the transition. That's where the focus is right now. Thank you very much.